Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside the Dressing Room. I'm your host, Dhaka. A lot of talk has been going on about cricket and its integrity and its passion and its intent. To talk about all that, I have Tanvir Ahmed Pranto with me. Pranto, it's not been a happy week for the cricket fans of the Bangladesh. And of course, you understand what I'm talking about. The issue, the incident that happened in a BDPL match, Dhaka Premier League match. And firstly, I want to get a brief from what exactly happened. Then we'll roll on with this discussion.
Thank you, Rubai. The incident that we're talking about happened on Tuesday, on 8 March, during the match between Shanpuku and Gulshan Youth Club. So what happened is Shanpuku needed 8-9 runs to win, and they had 1 wicket left, and then the stamping incident of Sabbir that shook the cricket world. He came down the wicket. He attempted a shot. He missed it, and the keeper gloved it, but he did not attempt to go back. And the keeper missed in the first time in the first attempt, but he didn't even
try to place his bat.
And that was shocking because he had all the time in his hand. And before his dismissal, just a while back, Rahim was another batter that was out almost in the a
Same
similar
fashion.
way. So it has raised eyebrows, of course, questioning the integrity of the cricketers and was it fixed or whatever. So yeah, it has been happening.
Let's, Pranto, I want to know another thing from you is that what has been the backlash or the reaction in social media, because you are very active in it and you are part of different fan forums and sports forums. What are the fans and sports lovers alike saying?
First of all, the fans, they took it, in a joking way that this keeps happening almost every year, like incident like this, like fixing or payment issues.
A suspicious here and there, yes.
Something there. But I saw the former players for the first time that they have been questioning that it is not right what is happening, especially the likes of Imul Kayes. He said that the players are ruining the game and they can't let it happen. Samsur Rahman Shubha was another player.
Both former cricketers.
Almost everyone. And it has been a storm that this is something that's not really good and it should be stopped.
Well, Pranto, what I noticed that the cricket fans and alike, the sports lovers, the sports followers of Bangladesh, in some way they took the incident personally and felt hurt.
Yeah.
Whatever happened in the last 20-25 years in sports, the generations that I've been a part of one, you've been a part of one, now there is a new breed of followers. They all get so emotionally attached to the sports of Bangladesh, right? Cricket, football, whatever.
But I think, sorry Rubai, the new gen, the followers that I see, they are not emotionally invested, but they think that it has been a joke that's been going on for a while.
Right.
The BPL, the DPL part, these fixing issues. So I think there has been a slight change.
But still, people or fans, what I'm trying to say is they invest their time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their focus on that game. It's a passion for a lot, a hobby for many. But all of us, we want this beloved game of ours to be clean.
Absolutely.
And like you've mentioned, we've seen these incidents, suspicious no ball here and there, a suspicious white ball,
now the
drop
stampings,
catch, stampings, batsmen hitting balls without any intentions, all sort of things that can be suspected and are being suspected, but without any further investigations or maybe investigations which doesn't come into the public foray. Yeah. In fact, BCB tried to investigate and that
was
again
investigation.
Exactly, and that was again trolled. Please tell us about that.
I mean, if you ask me personally, that was a mockery of an investigation. I mean, in daylight, in front of everyone, all the media, the batter was asked to
They tried to recreate that incident.
Everything in front of camera. It was more like a mockery, actually a player was joking that it feels like film short that they're doing it. So yeah, it was. I don't think it was the way to go. Personally, if you ask me, but yeah, there should be action should be taken.
Exactly, and but let me go back a bit. In the 80s, when I was a 80s child, I was very young. I don't remember a lot about 80s, but when I heard it from my elders, my seniors, or former players, they all used to say, and a very good report has been done by our very own Mohammad Zubair. We are going to publish it tomorrow on Daily Sun. I hope all the audience is going to read that, and they will know it's a very in-depth report by Mohammad Zubair. I invite you to all grab a copy of Daily Sun's tomorrow's edition and go through the whole report. He mentioned that when cricket was played in the 80s, and me personally,
80s, 90s even,
80s and early part of the 90s, late part of the 90s, I also saw that and heard that from my seniors, that it was a game played only by the educated elite class, so-called the urban youth. And they chose it for passion, for certain sense of elitism, in a positive way, not in a negative way, of course. And they played it. There was hardly any money involved. A lot of pride, integrity, respect was involved. And they used to play that game that way. DPL, if you can remember, I remember in my younger days, 93, 94, when I was about 9, 10, Abani Mohammedan was the biggest thing in sport. Doesn't matter the international fixtures, doesn't matter the local fixtures. Abani versus Mohammedan, be it in cricket, football, or hockey, it was the biggest fixture.
It was the talk of the town.
It was talk of the town, and people were queuing up,
discussing about the fixing issues.
Exactly. And
that says a lot.
Later, when money was getting involved, as any other aspect, things started getting corrupted. But Pranto, do you think, you've mentioned about BCB penalizing, banning, do you think it can bring a solution?
First of all, you have to ban the players and everyone involved in it, but I don't think it is the only solution. They have to go in the roots, and they have to really, clean the mess that's been there, for decades, I feel. And for this to do, the BCB, the AXU, and everyone involved has to be, very strict. But do we really see that happening? I really don't know.
But, Pranto, I see it in the other way, that we have seen players in past that has been penalized or banned for a time being, and they, after a while, they kept coming back to the local circuit, and they started the same things again.
They came back as a hero, actually.
Exactly. We certainly, the media, the fans have turned them into heroes, but they kept on doing their thing. I'm not mentioning names. We all know who those players are. Some were penalized and banned at the end of their careers, when they were 36, 37, where they had no cricket left in them. What I'm trying to say is, the authority, the BCB, the highest authority in cricket in Bangladesh, should look into the fact, as you've mentioned, should investigate why these players are doing these misdeeds.
Why do you think it's happening?
I think when you are young, like all these players, they're 20, 21, 25, 26, you have this certain sense of vulnerability, and economical assurance can make you do things that you certainly didn't want to do in the first place. A player of 2021 who's not playing international cricket, who's not playing the franchise glamour crickets, who is not seeing the flow of regular money, can be, I'm not saying he will or he always does, but can be eluded with a little bit of money. That's what I feel.
Rubaiyat, I want to ask you this question as well. The players have been, complaining about the payments in DPL. Could that also be an issue, that they are not getting enough paid?
Well,
in the league,
league systems, and in fact in the BPL, we've seen one or two franchises did not pay their
Yeah.
cricketers regularly. In fact, international cricketers like
Even
Shahid
DPL
Afridi,
as well, yeah.
international cricketers like Shahid Afridi have complained that they did not. This is so unfortunate. Bangladesh cricket is not young anymore. We've been playing it professionally. We are a
25
test
now.
playing nation for almost 25 years now. So now all these things need to be settled. And I'm not saying where there are a lot of money, players don't do something wrong. They don't fix matches. They don't do a spot fixing. Look at India. Look at Pakistan. Superstars over there, they do, but we, by assuring them young players financially, we at least can give them one more option, not to do that.
Yeah.
So BCB should again do a soul searching theoretically, look at the players, this matters in depth, and I hope that they can keep it clean in the next. Because Bangladesh, of course, we all know, is going through a crossroads. The big superstars are gone. New breeds is coming up, and we are hoping for a new breed of supporters who will be with Bangladesh cricket for the next 10-15 years. To earn their respect, to earn their honesty and time, we need to be honest. The crickets need to be clean. And lastly, Pranto, what I want to hear from you is what is the latest buzz in the social media? Are people trolling, or are they thinking in the same line as we are thinking?
As I've seen, people are actually mostly trolling. Like, these things happen, there's a wave of these things happening, then they're gone, then national cricket comes up, then the same cycle goes on. But I've also seen some of the supporters, the
Making
experts.
some sense.
Yeah, they are, they're talking about these things, how they can be solved and everything. All you can do is hope for a better future.
Thank you, Pranto. We all will hope for a better future. Folks, that was another episode of Inside the Cricket. Let me just remind you that our very own Mohammad Zubair had done an investigative report on this issue. Please grab a copy of tomorrow's Daily Sun and take a look at it. That was another episode, and I'll see you soon. Till then, you take care.
For more updates, follow us on Facebook, subscribe our YouTube channel, get the latest update on www.daily-sun.com.